All right. It's just got 11:30. We've only got half an hour, so let us crack on. If you're watching this on the recording, thank you so much for tuning in. Gosh, the world of AI is just moving so quickly at the moment. Every morning I'm getting emails with different things that are going on. I'm still working on the book, AI and You, and every time I think I've got a handle on things, I don't. So apologies for last week, by the way. I had got wind that our PM was going to be joining me in my office. So I had to do an emergency kind of crash tackle for everything, get things organized. He didn't show. So that's life, huh? All right, let's crack on. So as I said, 30 minutes. Nothing deep. This is just about me showing you what I've come across over the last month, what I think's cool, what I think's worth you having a look at, or at least considering, what's going to save you some time, all of that kind of cool stuff. And then you can dive in and have a proper look in your own time. Of course, you'll get the recording, you'll get all the links, all of that kind of stuff. But if there's anything that intrigues you that you want to check out, might be worthwhile just grabbing a photo with a slide and jotting down the URL when I flip to it on the screen for you. Just to pay my respects to traditional owners. This is the land I grew up on. This is Bundjalung country. And I just want to give a shout out and pay my respects to all elders, past, present, and emerging, and to acknowledge any traditional owners of the land that we may have joining us or watching this recording. Thank you for doing so. All right. For those of you who don't know me, every month we've got new people joining, and that is fabulous. My name is Tracy Sheen. I'm known as the Digital Guide. I'm the author of The End of Technophobia, which was Australia's Business Book of the Year. This Book of the Year 2021, Best Technology Book. I'm in the middle of writing my second book, AI and You. I have a regular spot on Koshi's Business Builders, which is awesome, working with the team, being their regular tech person and marketing person, been featured in a bunch of things, and I've done I was counting them up the other day, over 60 workshops so far this year, and traveled over 40,000 kilometers. A lot of kilometers, considering we're not even halfway through the year. All right. Here we go. First one, you ready? This one is a cracker. This one is called My Mind. And what this one is it's a way for you to just bookmark everything, notes, web links, articles, images, all in one place. And it has what this thing called associative searching. So instead of you having to create folders or try to remember where you've stored things, you can just search for it via an association. So let's say green felt, because we have the one and only felt lady on the call. So let's say I typed in green felt, everything associated with that would come back up for me. Articles, images, any of that kind of stuff. So everything is kind of brought to you in one location. There's no tracking, there's no ads. So it is literally that space where you can feel like you can save things without, the worry about who's watching what you're doing and all that kind of stuff. So My Mind, I'll come back and show it to you live once we've been through them all. The next one is Bing Create. Now, you might have heard that Microsoft has put another $10 billion into OpenAI or ChatGPT, and they have launched ChatGPT into their Internet Explorer, which is Bing. Their next iteration that they have released is their image creator. Now, because Microsoft have put a bunch of cash into OpenAI, of course, they're using DALL-E, which is the OpenAI image generator. Now, you need to be a Microsoft user to access this, but it is using the latest in DALL-E technology, or in that text-to-image generator. Really cool, working really well considering how new these tools are. But if you are a Microsoft 365 user or you have a Microsoft account, you can incorporate this directly with Bing. So what that means is if you're searching for something, you can say, write me a post for social media about the latest AI tools, and create an image to go with it, and it will do everything for you in one thing. So if you're a Microsoft user, definitely one to check out and add to your little interested list. Next one is Bard. Now, this one's for my Google users. Now, this has been kind of the topic of contention for a long time. Bard was ready to launch just before OpenAI or ChatGPT came out. And when they launched it with a piece of information that was then found to be incorrect. So everybody madly scrambled. They pulled Bard from launch and went back to the drawing board and kind of played around and fixing tweaks. So they're at a point again where they have relaunched, but in a limited way. So at the moment, if you're a Google user, you've got to have a personal Google account, but if you're a Google user, you can join the waitlist. Now, they've rolled it out across the UK and the US, and other countries are coming online pretty quickly. So my suggestion is if you do use Google day to day as opposed to Microsoft, jump on and sign up for the waitlist for this one. LLM stands for large language model. So the same as ChatGPT, but this is Google's version. Okay. And Google are saying that they're going to incorporate this across the whole of Google Workspace shortly. That could be anywhere between now and, 18 months, but jump on it and start having a look at it and at least get on the wait list if you're a Google person. All right, Latent Labs. Now, Latent Labs is another visual creator, but this one is a little different in the terms that it reimagines images. So you can upload a photo or an image and hit reimagine, and then it will redesign the image that you've already given it. So you say to it, I want a retro futuristic style, or I want it in the style of Dali or in Van Gogh, or, whatever your preferred style is. You upload a photo and then it reimagines that image for you. It's free to play around with at the moment. You've got to sign in via Google. You get between 3 and 5 images to play with per day, and then you can upgrade if it's something that interests you. Now, I was playing with this last night. I've got to say it's pretty slow. So, you've got time to go away and re-stump your house, or, make yourself a cup of tea, or quite frankly, probably plant a tea plantation before you will see what's kind of going on with the image. But once it's done, it's pretty cool, and I'll show it to you in a minute. All right, next one is Chatbase. Now, these are getting pretty cool, and these are the things that I'm seeing are kind of happening really quickly, and we're making really big leaps really quickly with how well these incorporate. So this one is a ChatGPT that you can add to your website. So essentially what you do is you upload a document, or you give it a web link, and then you have a chat with the thing and create a bot that will answer questions on that particular piece of information. Then you can create a widget and add it to your website. So let's say, Candace, I'm going to pick on you again. We've got the felt lady in the house, first one in the room. So I know you're here, so I'm going to pick on you. So let's say we're talking about my felt lady, and she wants to create a chatbot around a particular style of felt, or maybe a sizing or something like that. She can upload all the documents around that piece of product, create the questions or ask the things that we know are going to be of interest, and then connect that to the website. So then when people have questions, they can interact directly. Now, the interesting thing with this that I really think is kind of creepy but cool is that you can name your chatbot and you can give it a personality. So I know Candace is kind of irreverent. She's quirky, she's funny, she's engaging. So she can give her chatbot all of the kind of personalities that, her people are used to dealing with when they come to chatting with Candace. So she could even call it Candace, or she could call it Minion, and allow her people to chat directly with it. So really cool. I really like this one, and I really like how quickly this stuff is, happening and launching. So definitely one I reckon we all should be checking out. Next one is GPT Go, and this one is Google search meets ChatGPT. So this is like opening up a web browser like you do with Google, and you type in your question like you would with Google or like you would with ChatGPT, and it combines the two. So it gives you the best of Google search results along with that ChatGPT kind of inference. So, you know, you can have that conversation like you're getting used to with ChatGPT, but what we're missing is some of that research, that data, that kind of later information that a Google search will still give us. So this one combines. There's no downloads, really simple to use. You can copy, download content, so you can, you know, pop it straight into a Word doc or an email or do whatever you need to do with it. So ChatGPT or GPT Go is that one. All right. The next one is Magical. This one, all right, this one's doing my head in with just everything it can do. Product Hunt, if you follow Product Hunt, they've named this one of the top 10 productivity tools for 2023. And, you know, I've been reading articles where people are saying, you know, this is saving them a couple of hours a day if they're doing a lot of meetings and things. So this one, I'm still getting my head around this one because it just does do so many different things. And I think this is one of the tools that you would need to spend a bit of time bedding in and understanding where it's going to fit in your business. But anyway, so Magical is an AI calendar thing that will write meeting agendas. It will take notes. It will offer suggestions for the best time for meetings based on looking at your calendar and seeing gaps and seeing when you seem to be most productive for meetings. You can set it up to auto join conferences. So if this, you know, is sitting in your calendar that every month we get together for 30 minutes and learn about the new AI tools, and, you know, you might be busy working at 11:30, it will automatically join you to the meeting so you don't miss out. So you can be right in the middle of doing anything, but it will automatically join those conferences for you, whether it's Zoom, Google Meet, Teams, whatever. It can create time polling. So let's say I want to have a catch up with Jeff and Drew and Peter and Candace and a few other people. It will create a time polling thing where it will go out to people and say, you know, here's some options of some days and some times, when is best going to suit, and it creates that poll in live time. It finds your ideal meeting times, as I said, and, you know, it will create, when you join conferences, you can connect it in and say, create the meeting agenda, write the meeting notes, that type of thing, and it will do all of that kind of stuff for you. So Magical is what it is called. Freemium model, meaning it starts for free and then it goes to a paid version from there. All right, next one is Superflows. Now, Superflows is one of the ones we're starting to see that is about working with your email inbox and with responding to your emails on your behalf. Now, at the moment, this one is only a plugin for Chrome, okay? But what this one does is begin to learn your tone and the way that you talk and the way that you interact and the way that you respond, your language, your particular phrasing, wording, and tonality. And it will begin to write your emails as responses for you. Now, at the moment, it won't automatically send them. However, it will create a little précis of like, hey, Candace has sent you this email. This is what it was. In essence, here's the reply I've written. You can then change it if you need to, or just hit send. You can add customizable information in, so you can pre-write some templates and then just say, you know, add in the pricing guide, add in whatever, and it will pull it all together for you. So this one, they're saying it's free right now, but they're saying that it's not going to be free forever. So if this is something that, you know, is of interest to you, you may want to jump in and have a look at it, you know, while it's still free. I think they're going to grandfather people in, which means that if you're in when it's free, you'll get to use it forever. Kind of freaky how quickly this stuff is moving though, right? Okay, the next one is Numerous. Now, I'm a bit of a fan of this one because I'm going to, like, hand on heart here, I freaking hate spreadsheets. They do my head in. I cannot think like, you know, someone who can write formulas and stuff. I'm still someone that has trouble getting columns to add up because it's just not the way my mind works. So This one is ChatGPT that you can incorporate into your spreadsheet. So whether you use Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel, it connects into the spreadsheet and allows you to write to ChatGPT inside the spreadsheet. So I need this to equal this divided by that, or, do a pivot table or whatever kind of magic weirdness that you want to do inside a spreadsheet. People get really geek out on spreadsheets. Anyway, so that will do it all for you. Instead of you trying to figure it all out, you just write to it like you would ChatGPT, and it pulls it all together. So it can do things like make educated guesses. It'll summarize text. It'll extract parts, and then you can teach it to do the repetitive tasks. So if you have things that you're always working with in spreadsheets, you can show it a couple of times, and then it will just go forth and continue to do it for you. So this one, gotta say, I'm a bit of a fan of numerous. All right. Last one is durable. Now, last month we talked about, can't remember the name of the program, but it was creating a website for us really, really quickly. This is another version. Okay. So this will build a website quite literally, and I'm going to show you it in a minute. We'll build a website for you in 30 seconds, down to images, down to text. It'll come up with business name ideas for you. You can completely customize the site, sections, images, text after it's created it. You can use an existing domain. So if you already have a website and you just want to update, you can use it to do all of that. Really cool. Just blowing my mind how quickly this stuff's working. If you've got a new product that you're launching or something that you just want to get up really, really quickly, Durable is a kind of a nice option, really, while you're kind of working on other stuff to get something online. So before we go have a look at all of them in real time so you can see what is going on, we've still got 12 minutes to go. I want to let you know that I've got my first ever in-person retreat coming up in Ballina in June. So June 23 to 25, we're calling it the Digital Ducks Retreat. It's 3 days of just getting shit done, quite frankly. I keep hearing over and over when I run workshops that fantastic, really practical advice, but I've just got no time to do this stuff during the workshop, and then I get back to my real life and it's too busy. I just don't get it done. So Friday, we're spending the entire day on LinkedIn, and that's an optional day for those who are interested in LinkedIn. We're going to be rejigging your profile to make sure that it's completely optimized. We're going to be talking about how to outreach, how to build community, how to structure everything, what content's working, what's not working, how often to post, what about a business page, what about a personal page, all about LinkedIn on the Friday. Saturday and Sunday is where we're going to be mapping out your ideal clients. You're going to be spending time really understanding who should you be talking to on what platform, what's going to be working, whether it's email or Facebook or Instagram or wherever that you're wanting to talk. How do we communicate? How do we build community? So we're going to work on the ideal profiles. Then we're going to spend time rejigging each of your profiles. So making sure that your Facebook cover is brand spankers for the rest of the year, getting your images up to speed, making sure that your about section is written to be found properly, to be optimized, to make sure that everything's done. Same on Instagram. So we're going to go right through all of that. We're then going to be pulling your content calendar together for 6 months. So for the rest of the year, you'll walk away knowing what's happening for the next 6 months in terms of your content, talking about content pillars. We're going to use AI across the weekend to create some stuff so you walked away with content pre-created. And we're going to be doing productivity. So we're going to be mapping out our calendars for the rest of the year so we know what we're doing, what we need to focus on, just making sure that those ducks are well and truly in a row before we leave. Now, you're going to work your butts off. They're going to be big days. We're going to be hanging out at the Ramada. It's right on the Richmond River. Just beautiful dolphins, sea turtles, just stunning location. You can drive in, you can fly in. All of the details, I'm going to pop the link for you in the chat and put it into the email so you get it. But I've got an early duck special on at the moment, and I would love to see you there. All right, let me go back to the main screen And let's go through all of these one by one. So here's My Mind. Now, this is the one we talked about, remember, that creates all of those bookmarks, everything for you. So you can see here, here's the URL if you want to grab it, take a screenshot of it if it interests you. It's mymind.com. And what this does is it, like I said, it kind of pulls it all together. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Pinterest board, to be honest. But you don't need to, like, I'm always trying to think, where did I file that, you know, that URL, or where did I throw that article, or, you know, I'm trying to pull stuff together for the book at the moment, and I've got Trello going and I've got notes going. So I really like this idea of just being able to pull everything together into one kind of board, and then it you just search on a term. So, you know, maybe AI tools or felt or, you know, whatever it is, and it will pull everything together for you. So that's My Mind. Now, the next one was Bing Image Creator. So this is the one that, now remember, you need to be a Microsoft customer for this one, but this is the one that's using the brand spankers version of DALL-E, which is the high-end version of the text to image creator. And you can just pop your text in and it will create the images for you. Just going to check the chat here. Voice. So I'll go through those questions in a second, Samantha, so thank you. So Google Bard is the ChatGPT version of Google, Bard is the ChatGPT version of Google, right? So this one is join the wait list. You've got to have that personal Google account, but definitely one, if you are a Google user, I would be getting on to this and signing up so you are in the know and using it, because they will be adding this and connecting it in to your accounts. Latent Labs, this is the one that I said reimagines the images. So you upload, this is for some reason this is out of sizing, but anyway, you upload an image and it reimagines it. So you can see, you know, you can say upload images, upload concept art, does a whole lot of cool stuff. Now, this is the one that I said you can basically, you got time to, you know, re-stump your house, change a tire, do something. It's pretty slow, but does some pretty cool work. So if you're into graphics or you're into images, that type of thing, definitely one to have a look at. Custom ChatGPT, this is the one that you can upload documents or upload a web link and start to create your own chatbot that you can then add in. And if you want to check this one out, they have it working on the site. So you can go and have a chat with them on there. So it's chatbase.co is the link for this. And so here's the live demo. So you can say, you know, what type of things can you do? And here's what it does. So you can upload documents, paste text, add a link, and then Chatbase is going to extract that information. And then you create the name, the personality, the everything that you want for that bot to connect to your website. So essentially it becomes another way of interacting with your clients in a time and a way that suits them. The other thing that you can do with this, which is what we're playing around with it, is to create that internal search mechanism. So if you've got pricing guides or marketing assets or things like that, you could set this up on your own internal system that you could then look at, you know, pricing guide 2022, for example, and it will pull back all of that information for you really quickly and run you through it. All right, GPT Go, here's your link for it. So gptgo.ai. Now, this is the one that combines Google with ChatGPT. So ideas for our social media post about AI tools. Okay, and you can see what it's doing here is it's pulling from Google, but it's also writing a post for me the way that we're getting used to with ChatGPT. So it's kind of the best of the both situations that we've been looking for. And you can see it's still kind of going off and doing its own little thing here. Then I can download it, I can copy it, I can do whatever I want to do with that. But again, it's just like opening Google as a browser and using that. So nice little one to start playing around with. No downloads, no anything else, just really, really simple to use. Okay, Magical. This was the one that I was talking about that it's still kind of blowing my head for like, what else does this thing do? So this is the one that kind of connects in with your calendar. So you can check your calendar without having to switch between things. It'll take you straight to meetings. It'll do the note taking for you. If you use Notion, it syncs directly to Notion. It has peak time, so it'll tell you when you're, most likely to be available, time polling, scheduling links, and there's your pricing. So it starts for free, $15 a month, $17 a month, etc. So this is the one that Product Hunt has come up and said kind of top 10 productivity tools so far for 2023. I think this is the one that you would need to spend a fair whack of time understanding, but I think I'm going to add this one into the retreat because I think this one is going to make a bit of a difference once we understand it. Okay, Superflows. Superflows is the one that you add to Chrome. It's a plugin at the moment. But what this one does is go through, summarizes the emails for you as they land, and then begins to understand the way that you respond, react, and engage with your clients, and will create those responses for you so you can then have a look through them and either flick the email on or make any changes. You can personalize one-click responses. It learns to write like you do. And then, you can have pre-written text of like, here's a pricing list or whatever that it will just pull if it starts to kind of go, what's the price for this or whatever, it'll start to pull everything together. So this is the one that they're saying it's free right now, but it won't be free forever. So if this is something that intrigues you, you've got to use it as a plugin via Chrome. So that's probably enough to make me stop using it, to be honest, right now. But if you're a Chrome user, could be worthwhile checking out. Numerous. If you hate spreadsheets as much as I do, this is the one that you're going to want to check out. So this is the one that interacts directly in your spreadsheet and allows you to do the stuff that just does your head in otherwise. So you can see what it's kind of doing here. It's creating magic that, no mere mortal can understand this stuff. Except my hubby, who's not a mere mortal. So you connect it in, and then you just chat to it like you would chat GPT, and it starts doing the thing that you wanted it to do. So like it said, makes educated guesses, summarizes text to bullet points, can pull information out. And this is the one that I think that is really cool. You can get it to do the repetitive tasks just by teaching it a couple of times. So if you've got something that you have to do over and over and over again, you teach it a couple of times, and then it will just keep doing it over and over and over again for you. Okay, so Numerous, that one is numerous.ai. Just going to move this across. There we go. Let's get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, the last thing is the retreat. Now, here's the link. I'm going to drop this into the chat for you so you've got it. There we go. Now, the big question was, what is the cost? So the early duck spot, which goes till the 21st of May, is $2,100 for the 3 days or $1,495 for the Saturday and Sunday. After that, it will go to $2,700 or $1,990 for the 2 days. Now, you can see I've put a lot of work into this in terms of what we're going to do. So you can see here are all the sessions that we'll be concentrating on over the couple of days. Here's Fridays. Lots of information there about, where are we holding the retreat? This is where we're based. I mean, look, come on. Who doesn't want to hang out there for a couple of days and just watch the fishing boats go by and the dolphins and stuff? This is our room we're going to be hanging out in. So we've got a view straight out over the river. We're going to have a dinner on the Saturday night, which is included. You get morning tea, afternoon tea, lunch. So I will feed you, right? You will get time to stop and eat. I'm not that mean. We'll get coffee, we'll get tea. It's all hand, like locally made produce, and just food there is. Anyway, so this is where we're going, 23rd to the 25th of June. bunch of accommodation options. The Ramada, which is where we are, has given us a discount code, very substantial discount code. It's about 15% off. They've got some really nice rooms from studio through to 1-2 bedroom, depending on what you need. Bunch of other locations within very short walking distance, so within 5 minutes. And I've given you a link to some other options. Bit more information about Ballina. We're 30 minutes south of Byron, so if you've got a couple of days that you want to hang around afterwards, you know, you can go and check that out. There's some FAQs. So that's it if you want to come and check out the retreat. So let me stop share. Let me come back, check any questions that we've got. So Samantha, that was the question about that. What's the best email voice dictation plugin for Google Chrome? Sam, if you want to drop me an email, I'll probably have to do a bit of investigation for you because they're updating those all the time. And what was this called again? Reimagine. That was Latent Labs. That one was Latent Labs that reimagines the images. All right. What are you going to use? What was the tool this month that you went, holy crap, I need to try that one out? Pop it in the chat. Let me know before we disappear. For me, it's Magical and Numerous. They're the two that I kind of went, wow, I need to be playing around with those. So really love to know what it is that you are going to play around with. Superflows, yep. You'll have to let me know, Candice, about that one. Bard, received the invite from Google. Oh, Durable was the one I didn't show you. So good call. Let me pull that up quickly before we disappear so you can see what that one looks like, because this just is, like I said, it's just doing my head in how quickly this stuff is moving right now. Numerous and My Mind for Claire. Fantastic. All right, here we go. So Durable. Get started, and I know we're at time, so if you do need to go, please do just disappear because you'll get the recording. So I'm just going to pick, you know, anything. Acupuncture, what's the name of your business? I don't know, poke me. There we go. And so now it's doing its thing, right? So it's going away, it's picking a color palette, it's writing the banner, it's doing the imagery, it's, you know, picking all of that stuff together. Let me just see so I don't think that there's something going on that I need to know. It's putting in a lead capture form. There we go. Website's ready. See it? Here we go. So everything that it does, you can see as I hover over it, it gives me the option to regenerate. So I can change it up. I can click in. I can change the section. So, you know, here's where images. It even gives you a quote. More images. I mean, it's kind of a nice little basic website, right? So if you need a landing page or you need something durable, how cool is that? And then you can customize everything or just regenerate from there. So hopefully, Susan, you like that one. Numerous and My Mind. Awesome. Hey, folks, thank you so much for hanging out with me for the 30 minutes. Love to hear how you're going along with those as you trial them out. I would love to see a few of you at the retreat, so please reach out if you've got any questions. The link's in the chat there, and if you're watching this on replay, the link will be in the email for everything as well. Again, thank you for joining us. We'll be back at the regular time this month, so the last Thursday of the month. I'll see you then. Any questions, shoot me an email, and other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Ciao.